Hey guys, so as Windblown continues to get more and more updates, more and more weapons are being added to the game, and of course that means the Boomerang, the weapon that goes along with pretty much every other weapon, just gets more and more important. So today I'm going to be going over a few important tips about the Boomerang, things that you didn't know, just so you can get better and make your runs even further into the Vortex. So with that being said, let's get into it. So I'm going to break this down in a sort of 3 levels, right? You can think of it as beginner, intermediate, and advanced. The very first thing we're going to look at is the Boomerang itself. So it does damage, it goes away, and it comes back. Thank you, Motion Twin, for that detailed description. So as you probably guessed, you throw the Boomerang, it stays in place, does damage, and then it's going to come back eventually, where you can throw it out again. Now, of course, you can throw it out and retract it by just clicking the same button again. That's all well and good. That's probably the best way to use the Boomerang, just to spam your alter attacks, because every time you pull it back, you get your alter attack available. But something that you probably didn't know, it's very easy to miss. You'll notice the alter attack damage percentage. It's actually a range here, 0 to 100%. And the reason for that is because the Boomerang actually increases your alter attack damage the longer you keep it out, and as long as it's doing damage. So here, full duration here, it's going to be 65%. Now let me reset it because I have the other alter attack. So now we're back at blue, and now look what happens when I just have the Boomerang only out for a very short duration. Remember, the first go around was 65%, and now here it was only 15% because it didn't stay damaging for its whole duration. So that's just a few level 1 beginner tips to keep in mind. Probably the best way to play the Boomerang is just to throw it out and recall it. That way you can spam your alter attacks again and again. And then of course, for some reason, if you did want a higher alter attack damage, which I think it's, over a net value, it's probably easier to just spam it instead of getting the full charge here, right? Even though you can do some cool stuff where you're attacking with like 2 weapons at once here, I think it's definitely better to just throw it, recall it back instead of getting the full value. Plus enemies typically won't stay in place like the training dummy is doing anyway. So it's a cool little tidbit. It's very unique to the Boomerang, but overall I would just recommend throw it, recall it, and that's pretty much it for level 1. Now for level 2, you've probably heard of dash canceling with other weapons like the eye blade or the heavy blade, but you can also do it with the Boomerang, at least to make it come back a bit faster. So basically, after you throw it, make sure to dash in the direction of the Boomerang, so that way it comes back just a little bit faster and you're getting your inputs off a bit quicker. Now that's with dash canceling, right? Dashing toward the Boomerang as it comes back. And if I wasn't to do that, if I was just to stand in place, this is what it looks like. Not very fast, right? But of course, if I was to do what I was just telling you to do, you can basically just run around and just keep calling it back and back and just getting a faster animation time there. Of course, it does take some practice, and not every single one will be flawless, just depending on the terrain, but overall it's going to net you a bit faster alter attack there, just because you're actually dashing toward the Boomerang as it comes back. And then finally, let's talk about level 3, the most advanced Boomerang strat, and probably the best one. This is going to save you a lot of time and deal additional damage. So basically, it's hard to explain, but I'll do my best. After all, that's why I'm getting paid $0 for. But basically, the Boomerang, you can throw it out, recall it, and then throw it out again, but still alter attack. So that way you get 2 alter attacks back to back. And you can even chain this to kind of just keep going and going. Now, of course, it is a bit tough. It does take a little bit of practice, but as you can see, I got 3 heavy blade alter attacks in a row. So basically, all you got to do, throw it out, get it back, and right before that alter attack symbol fades away, make sure you're able to throw the Boomerang out again, and that way you can just keep chaining alter attacks. Of course, it's better with alter attacks that have a really short animation because the window is pretty tight. You can see the alter attack is just about to fade as I am doing this mechanic, but overall, pretty high value mechanic to learn. That way you can just spam alter attacks back to back and get those invincibility frames. So now let's put everything together and just show off what the Boomerang can do at its full potential. So let's say here the training dummy is the big bad here, and I'm just zooming around, doing my thing, getting a bunch of alter attacks, getting those iframes off. That's pretty much how it's going to look like here, just being able to spam nonstop and to your heart's content. That's about it for me. Thanks so much guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the Vortex.